let's see, what would be your advice to the college athletes that are either seniors right now or looking at potentially or whatever coming into their squad or whatever, that now in this NIL era, how should they go about, the recruitment? Like if I'm talking to a parent or you're talking to a kid that's in high school right now, what should they be prepared for moving into college?
To each their own, right? Everybody's got their own situation. There's the high end kid, and then there's in between, right? And there's a low end kid, and there's somewhere in between. But if you're high end, you're going to get some dollars that are, let's say you're in the top 100 or top 60. There's probably going to be some NIL dollars connected to your name. What should you
Mm.
suspect? There's going to be some agents that reach out to you and want to represent you. It's different than it's
Okay.
been. Um, then you have to go through that process. That's one process. There's going to be typically a bunch of AAU coaches that are fighting for you to play on their team. That's going to be another
Mm.
process you're going to have to operate with. Then there's going to be college coaches that are beating your door down every single day to tell you why you should come to their school. Then there's what they call this revenue sharing. It's kind of gone away from NIL. And so
Mm.
there's revenue sharing and there's a lot of depth to it, and it's
Yeah.
new, right? The NIL was supposed to be name, image, and likeness, and it changed because people were just getting paid to play, right? And so
Yeah. Yeah.
the name, image, likeness deal, I'm a huge fan of. I think that these kids deserve something for their name, image, likeness. And I shout out to whoever started. I think O'Bannon Brothers started it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
Yep.
more people. Shout out to him for bringing it up and saying, man,
Fab
my name
Five.
was here, there, and everywhere, and I didn't get paid for it. So with that, I look at this revenue sharing and how they're going to break these dollars down and be able to help these athletes. Very, very important. So there's a lot of processes to it now. Back in the day when I was in school, you had to get your qualifying test score and your grades, and then you figure out where you're going to go, right? And so now it's way different. A lot of times they don't have to take the test. You don't have to have the test score. You just got to get
For
your
real?
GPA, and and it's a lot of places,
Yeah,
right? So
bro.
it's different. What I will say is shout out to the NCAA for helping families, because this can be life changing for some families,
Oh,
And so
100%.
I
And I
I
agree. I'm glad you mentioned
I
that.
will say this: the dollars matter, and I wish every school had somebody that they could talk to be able to manage these dollars. I'll just leave it like that.
Come on, man. That's why Brick exists. I mean, we're in the process. Actually, my man Chad, who was on this show when we talk about the bag, that's a goal, man. I've always been someone that wants to help young men. You know what I'm saying? In whatever way, shape, or form. Pause. But like, I feel like there's so much money floating around right now that is one of the most necessary. It's urgent to me. It already was urgent, and now it's even more urgent in terms of the financial literacy piece and what do we do? How are we helping these families and young men when they get this windfall of money? Like how you do that. First of all, you got taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like just understanding even that part. Just so that's what I'm on right now. So I'm glad you said that. Uh,
Also, I'm gonna throw this out: this
yeah, go ahead.
universal pause. I'm not doing no pauses. Where I'm from, we ain't pausing. I'm just telling you, like,
Oh,
so my players laugh at me when I was the head coach at TCC. It's like, coach, you got to say pause, pause, pause. So I started laughing. Probably once every 3 weeks, I'll say pause, and they'll just start cracking up laughing. But me and my dudes, where we're from, we ain't pausing. I'm not thinking about that. I'm not. It's not even in my thought process. So just so you know.
Brick by brick.